Hello, and welcome to the Imagination Factory. I'm Sarah,
I'm Keith.
and today we are going to recap for you episodes 25, 26, and 27, where we did the refined thumbnails for pages 5 and 6. Right.
So this was after that huge debate in regards to page 4, and so I think we're going to work on that a little bit.
Yes.
As you
We
see,
started off looking at the three options to really figure out which one we wanted to go with before we decided on the original, and moved on to page 5.
yeah, but it took a little time to get away from it, and then from there, I think one of the things that I had thought about was instead of having Sam just leaning against the door, Sam kind of like knocks their head back into the door. That was one thing
Yes.
that we had changed from previous, and when I thought about it, doing it that way, it kind of made sense because that was like, oh, does that mean it's almost like by doing that, like being to the end of their patience and everything, and then they just completely give up and slam their head back, and then all of a sudden the door's like, okay, now we're going to open.
Exactly. It's like we pushed you to the edge. And we also really liked in that first panel to have so much darkness around the door, right? So it was just like the door and Sam and just darkness and just this is it. Sam is done and that's smashing their head in. And the door itself is now looking gnarly and evil and more so like it started normal and has kind of progressed to where it is now. And just everything, this is like the worst it gets for Sam are these frames right here.
Yeah, yeah. So the emotional state, has progressed from the beginning of the story to now, like, like a resignation, and then the opening of the door, and
Mhm.
the wish finally coming true for Sam, who had thought all hope was lost ever having this door open. Right?
Exactly, and then we don't really know what happens from there, right? The door, it just the blackness fills the whole frame and Sam just steps in and it's like basically like fade to black. We don't know what's inside the door, where Sam got to, if this was a good thing or a bad thing. We just know that the mystery has been solved for Sam. The door is open and that he is able to finally walk through.
Hmm. And you can see I left myself a little note there, make those like panels kind of wobbly.
Mhm.
So
Exactly. And then on to page 6, which is now our new location, which is going to take us completely a different time and space and show that this door does this yet again.
yeah. Now you don't know that in that first panel where we
You
are.
don't.
Like it's just a
Just dark.
door opening, somebody reaching to turn the light on. It could have been Sam, but nope, it's somebody else. And this person, uh, if you notice there's a clock that was being carried by the person. We've seen the clock if you've been following our Twitch live edition show, that clock was introduced there as a part of the door universe.
Mhm. Absolutely. So they're bringing in the clock and they're noticing this door. And this isn't a move in moment. It feels like a lived in space, but the door has just appeared out of nowhere. And we've also established that we're now no longer in kind of that 80s, 90s because they've got their phone out and they're FaceTiming someone to show them this door that appeared. But we're revealing as well that the door doesn't show up on video. Only this person is able to actually see the door.
Yeah, we didn't figure that out until we actually I started drawing the phone in hand and going like, should they show them the door? And then, Sarah's like, oh, have them like actually see the screen. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's a great idea. Yeah, that's something that we hadn't thought about initially. And then all of a sudden it kind of came up as we were talking it
Yeah.
through.
Well, that was it, and we kind of added that another level to the mythology of the door that we hadn't specifically thought of because it hadn't really come up. So it's just kind of neat that we sort of ended on that note. The end of the final page is realizing that the door doesn't show up on video, and the person who is being affected by it is apparently the only person who can see it. So,
Hmm.
anywho, thank you for watching. For the recap, you can check out the full episodes and see what's coming next, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks so much.
Bye.